The Kevin Long Show is brought to you by The Swamp. You can find The Swamp at www.theswamp.com. There will be a link in the show notes. Music for The Kevin Long Show is The Entertainer by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. Royalty-free music as long as you give the dude his props. However, there is a legal thing in the show notes just to be safe. It's that time of the week again. Time for the Kevin Long Show. I'm your host, Kevin Long. And today is the 91st episode of the Kevin Long Show. We're getting there. Only 9 more episodes to 100. And we're going to get it done this year. It's bumpy with my work schedule. I really just need to commit to one of my days off being podcast day instead of going 2 or 3 weeks between shows. That would help our listenership, I think. That being said, I've already got 225 listeners this month and 113 listeners the week of February, whatever today is. I think it's the 16th. And I would say this week, but you're not getting it until next week or whatever day Thursday is from the 16th. But anyway. We're doing good. We're not doing as well as I'd wanted to in my yearly goal setting. But you know what? It's going to take a minute to get to 10,000 downloads every show. However, if you enjoy the show and you tell your friends, or you don't enjoy the show and you tell your enemies, we will get 10,000 downloads in no time. And while we're on the subject of downloads, let's get into the business. I'm going to do this one first because I'm excited about this one. If you are listening to this show in the state of Utah, now my wife keeps pointing out that the price may depend on where you live, because if she drives to St. George, it's going to be more than $65. But it might be worth it. So if you live in the state of Utah, this is what you're going to do. You need a massage. You're going to go to mildredshealingmassages.com. You're going to click on the button that says contact me, and you're going to tell her the code DRAGON, and you will get $10 off your massage. I'm not putting this in the show notes because I don't want everybody to have it. You've got to listen to this show to get that code and the instructions on what to do. So again, mildredshealingmassages.com, contact Dragon, $10 off. Man, I'm excited. That's going to help both of us. And right now it's the only sponsor I have because I haven't really heard back from the other lady that I was talking to. All right. So there's that. Now, I'm still trying to decide what to do with coffee. I haven't even looked at it since before the last time I said I might get rid of it. So there's that. There's still coffee. You can buy me a coffee for $3, even though corporate greed, is driving up the price of products. You know what's not changing? The price of Patreon. We are leaving it at $3, $5, and $20. At the $3 level, you get... And I just made a mistake. So this month, or this next thing, you're getting, this month, you're getting bonus Magic Mondays. Because I just made it available to all the Patreons today. So there's that. And I'm not changing it. But normally at the $3 level, what you get is the shows early. You will get Magic Monday and the Kevin Long Show early. At the $5 level, you get bonus Magic Monday, a show about magic items that I've done in the past, and we talk about how we would use them. I'm still tweaking it. I really want to get to the point where I could be like, okay, here's the Egg of Desire. Here's an adventure we would go on. I'm working on that. And at the $20 level, you get a sports ball. Oh, you also get at the $5 level YouTube shows early. At the $20 level, you get a sports ball episode every month with myself and Lilith Hellfire from Capes and Lunatics. This month, you might get two. Because if Lilith and I are able to sit down with each other, we'll do that. But I'm also possibly going to do one with my son. So there is that. And don't forget TeePublic. If you need a shirt, stickers, mugs, notepads for your D&D writing, we have a TeePublic account where you can get cool logos on your stuff. All right, now let's get into this week's episode. We're going to talk about dragons. And I've decided that we're going to go deeper into dragons after this show. We'll look at all the dragons. We'll look at the Dragonomicon from 2nd edition. I don't have the one from 3rd edition yet, but the one from, and I also don't have Fizbin's Dragons or whatever 5th edition. I don't have that one yet, and I haven't decided if I'm going to buy it either. I might. Really, the only two things I'm looking at buying right now are a new player's handbook because mine fell apart, and Ravenloft. That's it. But I do have access to D&D Beyond, so I could go read that dragon book and talk about it. I might do that. So we might have the 5th edition version of the Dragonomicon. We'll see. But today we're talking about dragons. And the reason we're talking about dragons is because in a Discord I am on, someone came up with the idea of dragons, minions, and how they would hold their actions and cast magic missile. And yeah, and I just thought a dragon wouldn't have minions like that. Even in 5th edition, where there is a perceived notion that it's harder to kill players. First of all, that's a lie. If you can't kill your players in 5th edition, you're not trying hard enough. Even if it is a story-based game, whatever. If you can't kill your characters, you're not trying hard enough. And you don't even have to try that hard. I've been working on some stuff, and most of the monsters get a multi-attack. And one of the creatures, the knight, is it the knight or the veteran, gets 2 longsword attacks, and if you're holding a short sword in your offhand, you get a short sword attack. So you figure the average is 7, 7, and 5. That's 19 points of damage every round you hit. So again, you're not trying hard enough, and you shouldn't have to try that hard. Anyway, dragons don't need minions. They can kill your party on their own. I was running the first adventure in the Rise of Tiamat series, and in that, you have to do 10 hit points to a dragon, blue dragon, to get it to run away. And before the players could do 10 points of damage to said dragon, he blew up a tower, killing the wizard. And yeah, there's that. The copper dragon, and we're going to talk more about this. And this is just proof that dragons don't mess around. The copper dragon, Dungeons and Dragons 1st edition, if you do not talk to it, it will bury you until either A, you decide to talk to it, or B, it eats you. That's pretty badass right there. Yeah, and then in, what am I thinking? Oh, against the giants, it's actually the anniversary, silver anniversary edition. There's a red dragon in there. My players were weak on hit points, so I was casting spells at them. And then one of the players popped off with, "That's not what a dragon would do." So I quit casting spells, and I murdered them all. Yeah. So a dragon would possibly cast spells. Well, they do because they have the ability to. And if you're not using those, you should be. A dragon, fireball, would be his best friend until his fire breath weapon recharged. Oh, I can't use my breath weapon for 4 rounds? Guess what? I have 4 spell slots with fireball written on your forehead. The moral of the story is, dragons are not to be messed with in any addition. And if you try to mess with them, there's a huge possibility that you're going to die. All right, my friends, until next time, for me, myself, and I, mahalo, and have a great day. Again, thank you for listening to The Kevin Long Show. You can find us on Facebook at The Kevin Long Show. You can find us on Twitter at The Kevin Long SH1. Or you can email the show, thekevinlongshow@gmail.com.